ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So let's discuss today something on leadership which will help all of us. 3 levels of leadership. One is at the individual level, that's called self-leadership. One is at the people level, that's called people leadership. And third one is called as organizational leadership. And all of us have to qualify at all the 3 levels. As soon as we say self-leadership, it's all about the leader of whom? Self. As of now, the self is the entire body, mind and senses. That's the first level. And we understand that in a devotee's life, if sadhana is proper, everything else falls in place. Everything is proper. Whenever devotees have come for counseling, at least to me, Prabhuji, this is not happening properly, that is not happening properly. One thing that I do is I check their sadhana. And I've seen many times when things are not going well in a devotee's life, the root cause is sadhana. Sadhana is not proper, rest everything, even if it is good, we'll see negative only. Everything will be bad. Everything. Even devotees around will be bad only at that time. So this is very, very important. See, material life is anyways uncertain. We don't know what next is going to happen. But one thing that is there is, even if something goes for a toss, but if our sadhana is proper, surely devotee will be able to balance himself. He'll be able to remain stable in whatever situation comes. Therefore, this point is very important, that the first thing, as soon as we say leadership, the first thing that we have to focus on sadhana. But leaders say, Prabhuji, since we have taken more responsibility, so we don't get time. But you know what? With more responsibility, sadhana should increase. Because with more responsibility, we have to depend more on Krishna. We all know now with experience that without Krishna's mercy, we cannot do anything. Without depending on Krishna, we cannot propel this mission, not possible. So more responsibility, more dependence on Krishna. And that dependence will come only for sadhana is proper. Because sadhana will help us to remember that I'm supposed to depend on Krishna. Very, very important. Very, very important. The best part is that all of us who are doing sadhana, we're called as sadhakas. And so many anarthas inside. So many. So one of the important thing is, since we have taken up the role of a leader, we are supposed to guide people around. We are contaminated. Therefore, separately, we have to endeavor for character building. We have to endeavor to build our character. See, in this world, one thing that I would like to highlight is the whole atmosphere around is filled with so much of cheating, so much of doubt, and so on and so forth. Now, just imagine someone comes to Krishna consciousness and we say that I'm giving you shelter as a leader and help you to advance in your spiritual life. Just imagine, due to one misbehavior or due to one characterless activity, do you think the person who has come will be able to retain his faith on us? One activity is enough. One activity is enough to spoil the game. So just imagine, leader's character is such an important element. Such an important element. Would you like to highlight what all should we include in this character? Okay, talk politely. Okay. Both at home and outside. Yes, because we have to do that. Okay, anything we discuss is both the places. Yes. And yes, in a situation, how do we react and respond? Shouldn't have that duplicit mentality. Externally something, internally something. Yes. Huh? Anger. We speak so much about anger control, this and that, and suddenly in some situation you go crazy. All leadership gone. Yes, and we have to stay humble. Yes, we have to stay humble. See, even those points, like which Prabhupada highlights about 4 regulative principles: no meat eating, no gambling, no illicit sex, no intoxication. Especially on the topic of illicit sex, one has to be very, very careful. One small inclination towards this activity of illicit sex in the community, gone. What service that leader will be able to do? What service? Be it male or female, doesn't matter. They get into this illicit sex activity at any level, be it at mind, NES people will not get to know. By the level of speech, at the level of actions, what will happen to that leader? Who will keep faith on that leader? So, in all these different things will come in character. Many more things we can discuss, no doubt about that. But just imagine if you have a pure character, that itself is a preaching. That itself will attract so many people. So many people. And that itself will be able to hold so many people in Krishna consciousness. Therefore, this aspect of respect, as soon as we talk about leadership, this aspect that comes into picture, that is respect. So when we talk about respect, how we'll be respected? There are two things. One is people might respect out of fear, saying, oh, Bhakti Vriksha leader. Oh, sector servant. Oh, circle center head, president, GBC, or whatever. Yes. Another one is respect because they're inspired from us. They're inspired by us. So one is fear, another one is inspiration. Tell me how long people will respect out of fear. How long? Maybe in front they will. Behind what they will do. Yes. Therefore, pure character is something which will inspire other people. And that inspiration, through that inspiration, they'll be able to respect the leader. Therefore, this pure character is something that is very, very important. Very, very important. Now, when I was contemplating on this fact that how to purify one's character, how to purify oneself in general. See, to purify oneself, in our spiritual terms, we say elevating one's consciousness. Everything revolves around this in spiritual life, consciousness. So now, when I say my consciousness is contaminated, what does that mean? We have material desires. You're not following for regulated principles. Okay, understanding discrimination power. Sense gratification. That one line is one word or two words is enough. Sense and gratification. Sense gratification. Yes. Everything encompasses in these two words, sense gratification. So as soon as that sense gratificatory thoughts are there, we can easily conclude my consciousness is contaminated. Okay, tell me now, when can a person say, a sadhaka say, my consciousness is purifying? Okay, attraction for Krishna. Nishtha. True? Okay, attraction towards Krishna Katha. Okay, we'll be able to hear our chanting properly. Yes. If you put all that together again, we can say one word, service. Yes. So our service propensity will increase or service attitude will increase. Because the opposite of sense gratification is selfless service. You see? When I say my consciousness is purifying, it means my service attitude is increasing. See, for some people, service attitude might be there as swabhava. Right from childhood, they might have because of whatever circumstances. Appreciated, very nice. But for some people, it might not be there. Throughout life, they've done sense gratification. So now, as we progress on the path of devotional service, we will see that the service attitude will go on increasing. And that's a very, very important parameter to note. So as we develop service attitude, a devotee can be very, very carefree, very fearless. Because one of the insecurities in the level of leaders is, what's the insecurity at the level of leaders? Position, very important, and respect. Yes, position, respect, and so on. See, position can be taken away. People may not respect us. So if we consider these things to be the treasure, one day we'll lose it for sure. But you know what? One thing that will never be lost is service attitude. You take away whatever you want, but if I have service attitude, I'll render some service and I'll be blissfully situated in devotee association. Blissfully. So the treasure of a devotee is actually service attitude. So more the devotee purifies himself, we'll be able to see that the service attitude will go on increasing and the devotee will be fearlessly, happily situated in the devotee community. And such a happy soul will be the reason to attract more souls to the realm of Krishna consciousness. So somehow this service attitude is something that we need to develop. Very, very important. So we have to self-introspect. As of now, what's my current situation? Now the self-introspection is very, very important now. Because at the level of leaders, since we have that thing, I have to do something, I have to establish something, there might be a mood to prove oneself. Yes. But a person who is self-introspective, a sadhaka who is self-introspective, more than proving oneself, he will focus on improving oneself. I want to improve myself now. I'm a sadhaka. I want to attain Krishna. I want to improve myself. So as soon as the sadhaka starts focusing on improving oneself, he will see that sadhaka will be able to progress very nicely. He'll not create blunders now. Because for him, the most important thing that matters is spiritual growth and nothing else. Okay, this will help me to grow spiritually, I'll do it. Oh, that will help me to grow spiritually, I'll do it. Oh, I have to give up my ego to grow spiritually, I'll do it. A very, very important thing, because now he's focusing on improving. He's not focusing on proving oneself. I remember this very wonderful pastime which I heard. Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj. His name was Ghanshyam Prabhu. So Srila Prabhupada was there, Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj was there. They were in Mayapur. In the middle of the night, there used to be chanting sound. And Prabhupada is resting. And Bhakti Charu Maharaj, who was a secretary at that time, personal servant of Prabhupada, he used to wonder, where is the sound coming from? He heard that for 2-3 days. And after that, he went onto the terrace to see. And he saw Ghanshyam Prabhu walking and chanting. So he asked, why are you chanting in the middle of the night? Around 2 a.m. he was chanting. And you know what Ghanshyam Prabhu or Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj said at that time? I'm trying to complete one set of 16 rounds before Mangalarti. Now the question was asked, why? He said, see, I'm not fortunate like all of you to take birth in India. So Maharaj was from South Africa. So I'm not fortunate to take birth in India. So I'll chant 16 rounds before and later I'll chant 16 rounds with you people. So that I can catch up with you people. See, when you have the focus to improve, then you will do anything and everything to improve. Yes. Amazing. Amazing personality, Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj. Amazing. His humility. You should watch his final video where he's doing kirtan, crying out for Krishna. Amazing. When you watch all these personalities who were spiritual leaders and were such amazing devotees, naturally all the ego comes down. I want to cry like this. I want to cry like this piteously for Krishna. That desire will come, when we see such people. Oh, Maharaj is piteously crying for Krishna. Those last few videos which are available on YouTube, amazing. Doing kirtan, calling out for Radha and Krishna, amazing. Therefore, if a devotee wants to understand that how am I improving or no, litmus test is very simple. As someone said, how much have I developed attraction towards Krishna? When I say Krishna, Krishna's holy name, Krishna's katha, etc. Yes. How much have I developed attraction towards Krishna, and how much have I developed detachment from this material world? This is the litmus test. It doesn't matter how many centers you open, how many devotees you make, or whatever. That is still there. Okay, accepted. That's good. But the actual litmus test is this. How much attraction have I developed towards Krishna? How much detachment I have got from this world? This is a proper litmus test. This is called as Jnana and Vairagya. These are two words which are used in Bhagavad Gita also. Jnana and Vairagya. How much Jnana I have acquired and how much Vairagya is developed. This is something that is to be comprehended on. Very important. Yes. One devotee in this leadership session which I attended, he was saying that many people will come to us. What can we give them? He was asking this question. What can we give them? And he himself answered, very beautiful answer. He said, the best gift that we can offer is our elevated consciousness. If our consciousness is low, we'll offer that as a gift. We are suffering, we'll say, you also suffer with me. But if we are elevated in our consciousness, and if we offer that to other person, we will see that is the best gift that's going to make his entire life. Such a wonderful point, such a wonderful point. Another place, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he tells, the best gift that you can offer is an example. In one line, best gift that you can offer is an example. Yes. Many times we end up speaking a lot as leaders. We keep speaking. But one example will make a difference. One example will make a difference. All glories to all these great souls who are there, all Prabhupada disciples. Obviously, it's a fact. Maybe in next 1 or 2 decades, we might not see any of them. Yes. But all glories to them. What examples they're setting for all of us. What example. My God. I was seeing the initiation ceremony by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. I was looking at his face. I was thinking, why, Maharaj? Why are you giving? Enough, it's okay. He has that string, going from his mouth. His eyes, almost full of water. The face is, drooping down and coughing all the time. Mucus is coming out and still he's giving a beats. Yes. They have set that example, and you know what? These examples are going to remain forever. Forever. In future, maybe some 1,000 years down the line, when we'll say, there was one person and his name was Jayapataka Swami. And he was like this. People might have, this is mythology, I don't agree. Then we can search. See, YouTube video we have. See, we have YouTube video. All glories. They are setting such a high example for all of us. Just by looking at them, we feel like even I should do something. Even I should do something. Therefore, the best gift is an example. See, in 3 things, consciousness, then skills, relationship. How can we rank these 3? What should come first? We have relationship, we have skills, we have consciousness. What should come first? Even if we don't have much skill set, no problem. If the consciousness is high, and if you have good relationship with people, we are done as preachers. I was so mesmerized to have association of His Holiness Bhakti Prem Swami Maharaj. He is a sannyas disciple of Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. Very, very simple personality. Very simple. And we were hearing his classes. See, when we interact with so many people around, and when we meet some personalities who are very simple, yes, and they are giving class, it literally pierces our heart because we know they're speaking from the heart. They're actually speaking from the heart. Yes. Such simplicity, and such humility. So I was thinking, this is what is needed. A high level of consciousness, good relationship. That's it. How you speak, how is your English, what skill set you have, how do you capture the audience? After some time, it doesn't matter. At high level leadership, it doesn't matter. Very, very inspiring that was. Very, very inspiring. Okay, we spoke about self-leadership. Let's speak something on people leadership now. So we covered something on consciousness, character, sadhana. People leadership is all about relationship. Prachetas were told by their father, Prachina Bharishat, that you all should go and do tapasya. And all those brothers, they did tapasya for 10,000 years underwater. And they were chanting the mantras given by Lord Shiva. And that is Rudra Geet, that is glorification of Lord Krishna. So they were chanting that. The Lord Vishnu manifested there after 10,000 years. And at that time, Lord Vishnu is glorifying all the prachetas there. And this is the shloka. 4th canto, chapter 30, verse 8. Very important verse. Please repeat. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Varam Vrinidvam Bhadram Vo Varam Vrinidvam Bhadram Vo Yuyam Me Nripanandanaha Yuyam Me Nripanandanaha Sauhardena Prathak Dharmas Sauhardena Prathak Dharmas Tushto Ham Saurudena Va Tushto Ham Saurudena Va. Then this shloka, the essence of this is, Lord is saying, my dear sons of the king, Prachetas, I am very much pleased. See, Lord is not saying, I am very much pleased by your tapasya of 10,000 years underwater. He's not saying that. Look at what he's saying. I am very much pleased by the friendly relationships among you. All of you are engaged in one occupation, devotional service. I am so pleased with your mutual friendship that I wish you all good fortune. Now you may ask a benediction of me. See, what Lord is glorifying here is the friendly relationship amongst the Prachetas. When I first time heard this pastime, I was astonished that Lord is coming and is glorifying. At least, if I would have got a chance, I would have said, amazing, 10,000 years underwater, amazing. But Lord is not saying 10,000 years underwater. He's saying for 10,000 years together. Friendly relationship. Oh, Haribol. If we all remain together and for another maybe 30, 40 years, I think Lord will appear. Lord will say, amazing. All of you are united. Amazing. Haribol. Ask whatever benediction you want. Therefore, one thing is very clear that what Lord looks forward for is friendly relationship amongst his own kids. That is all of us, devotees. As soon as I say relationship, there's one word that comes into picture, that is love. Tell me a shloka which talks about loving relationship, loving exchanges. Yes, please repeat. Dadati pratigranati Guyam Makhyati Prachati Bhungte Bhojayate Chaiva Shadvida Priti Lakshanam. So as soon as this word comes relationship, loving relationship, immediately the shloka should come to our mind. Dadati Pratigranati. What does that mean? Okay, giving gifts, receiving gifts. Yes. So you give gifts but don't expect. They'll give if they want to give. But if someone gives us, yes, we should reciprocate like that. Yes. Giving gifts, receiving gifts. Then Guyam Akyati Prachati. What does that mean? Okay, revealing one's mind and confidence and hearing the other person also confidentially. Yes. So the other person is speaking something to you, opening his heart, and you hear. And then when the other person, or when you want to speak, you speak and that person will hear. Such a very, very profound way of developing relationship. And the third one, Bhungte Bhojayate Chaiva, means you offer prasad, accept prasad. Grasta devotees can follow all the 6. Yes. Brahmacharis have limitations. We can receive gifts, we can receive prasad. But yes, Goyam Akyati Prachati can always be done. Just by doing these 6 activities, Rupa Goswami is so confident. He's saying Shadvida Priti Lakshanam. You do these 6 activities, these are Priti Lakshanam. And the wonderful relationship will develop amongst devotees. So this is that love that we're talking about. So if we talk about relationship, immediately that loving attitude should manifest, and that manifests by doing these 6 things. Recently, I came across, in one of the commentaries of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he says Daya has 3 components. And one of the component is, all of us know Daya means mercy, and mercy means being intolerant to other suffering. Yes. He says not just this, there are 2 more. Second one, he says giving shelter to ones who are surrendered. That's Daya. Third thing was astonishing for me. You know what he says? Third thing is, Daya means developing friendship amongst devotees. I was shocked to read this for the first time. And it makes a lot of sense. Because many times we feel Daya is for outsiders. We shower mercy on outsiders. But there is a very important element for insiders also. And developing friendship amongst devotees, that is considered to be one aspect of mercy. So when we say that I want this element of dharma or the pillar of dharma called mercy for myself, it means I have to follow the third element also, or third aspect also. That is developing friendship amongst devotees. So therefore, this is love. Relationship means love. What it means to love someone? Immediately another word comes into picture, and that word is service. Relationship means loving that person. Loving that person means serving that person. So now when we're talking about serving, we have different categories of devotees around us. We have superiors, we have equals, we have juniors, subordinates. Serving superiors is easy because you know they're superiors. But one point that should be noted is that we need to have immense gratitude for them for whatever they have done for us. One thing where the thing gets spoiled is when we don't have gratitude for our superior. ठीक है, उसने क्या किया मेरे लिए? भक्ति में ही लेके आया ना मुझे. He just got me into bhakti. कोई और लेके आता, प्रॉब्लम क्या है? Someone else would have got me into bhakti. So with time, when that gratitude goes off, as we grow in Krishna consciousness, our heart will become very hard. We'll not be able to serve our superiors. Not possible. Not possible at all. Therefore, this is a very important thing. That is expressing our gratitude for whatever they have done. Always being grateful. And with that gratitude, our heart is soft, and then service becomes easy. Otherwise, very difficult. Very, very difficult. Another very important thing, as soon as we think about our superior, no subordinate is fully satisfied with his superior. Agree, everyone? I think I should ask your members. Then asking you all. No subordinate is satisfied with the authority. Some, if you ask them, initially they'll start. My authority is really amazing. He does this, he does that. But, therefore, one of the important elements, as soon as we talk about authority or spiritual authority, we need to accept our authority as it is. We cannot expect the person to become perfect. Not possible. If we expect our authority to be perfect, remember, karma comes back. Karma will come back. Now your subordinate will also expect. Yes. So accept the authority as they are. Because one thing is very clear, we'll not find a very perfect authority. So that goes on to say, if I don't find, then I'll keep rejecting authorities. And when there's no authority at the top, a spiritual authority, there's no progress in spiritual life. If you're not accountable to someone, where is the question of progress? Who will hold us? Who will hold us in Krishna consciousness? Very, very difficult, you see. Very, very difficult. No authority, no progress. Therefore, this point is very important that there might be many flaws, but we need to accept the person as he is and see if he is really aspiring to advance in bhakti. The rest other swabhav-janit dosh which are there right from his birth or whatever, it's okay. I keep it aside. I take whatever I'm supposed to take. But obviously, if he's torturing you or whatever, then you report to the higher authority. Yes. And don't expect them also to be perfect. Therefore, When it comes to superiors, yes, we need to serve them. And comparatively, that is very easy. When it comes to serving equals, there comes the catch. Very difficult. Because when it comes to equals, there comes the aspect of enviousness. We'll not be envious of our superiors. Is anyone sitting here, is anyone envious of GBC members? You'll ask, who are the members? First tell me that. We might not be envious of them, but we might be envious of our fellow devotees who came with us in Krishna consciousness. And now we all have taken leadership position. And then we start thinking, oh, he's doing this. Oh, he has these many members. Oh, he's doing that. And then that envy creeps in. Yeah. One temple president was telling that I don't feel envy about anyone in my temple, but I feel envious of the other temple president. Only equals can feel envious of each other. You will not be envious of your superior nor of junior. It's always amongst equals, you see. Therefore, very, very important thing that has to be maintained amongst equals is respectful dealings. Doesn't matter how friendly the person is, how close the person is. Respectful dealing is very, very important. Very, very important. Yeah. Respectful dealings. And we see in equals only many times misunderstandings will come. Tell me one cause of misunderstanding. That's the only cause. That's the only cause. Miscommunication leads to misunderstanding. See, if someone has come to a position of a spiritual leader, he's taking responsibility of so many people and guiding them. He will not be doing some mischievous, frivolous activities for sure. Only thing is assumptions which are there in the head. शायद उसने ऐसे सोचा. Wow, Paramatma ban gaya abhi. Paramatma to think what he's thinking. Yes. Therefore, it's very important point, especially amongst equals. One sitting together and discussing that particular misunderstanding will solve the problem. But that one sitting is very, very important. So therefore, all of you are going to handle various conflict resolutions. All of you will also fall sometime in conflict. So one thing that we need to see is talk and solve it. See, after all, we are spiritualists, no? Spiritualists shouldn't hide things. Spiritualists should be straightforward. Therefore, when Krishna is listing down the qualities in Bhagavad Gita, he says Arjavam. He lists down this quality called Arjavam. Arjavam means honesty or simplicity, straightforwardness. Yes. So this is straightforwardness. Just be straightforward. Go and talk. Obviously with humility. Just go and talk. Just imagine when both the leaders are ready to talk. So easy to solve the problem. So easy. Therefore, this point is very important. That always the misunderstanding, at least amongst leaders, will come because of miscommunication. And rest, maybe other things might be there, which might be very, very remote, very, very rare. But this will be the main cause. Yes. Therefore, especially amongst equals, the sixth Preeti Lakshanam is very, very important. All of you sitting here, most of you share that equal platform. Bhakti Vriksha leaders, sector servants. We have only one circle 7, so he's peaceful. Yes. So with time, we'll see that all these different devotees, if they have nice relationship amongst themselves, a nice unity, strong unity, you will see that same thing will percolate down. Same thing will percolate down. Recently, Harikshepa was telling me that we devotees at the top, if we have strong unity, come what may, if needed, let's fall at the other person's feet and let's solve the problem, whatever is there. And let's be united, because that is what is going to percolate down. If the top is shaky, that's what is going to go down and everything will shake. And therefore, communities, now all of you have come to a certain level, please analyze other communities all around the world, ISKCON communities. One thing that we will see is very few communities have grown beyond the number 1,000. What 1,000? Beyond the number 500. Very few communities. You can count on the fingertips. We have more than 1,000 centers now all over the world. But on the fingertips, you can count how many communities have devotees more than the number 500 or number 1,000. because of this one thing, unity. It's very easy to split and have pockets of preaching around. So I have 300 people, you have 300 people, 300, 300. Okay, that's okay. But beyond that is a problem. Yes. So that unity is very, very important. Therefore, one thing that all of us should have in our mind is, if needed, let me fall at the other devotee's feet, solve the matter, and be united. Very, very important. Very easy to have misunderstanding, very easy to split. Yes. I'm not talking about Bhakti Vriksha splitting or Bhakti Vriksha multiplication. That's not easy. No, but when it comes to separating from a group, oh, that's very easy. Very, very easy. Therefore, this is a very, very important point which all of us have to contemplate on. Always remember this line: be ready to fall at the other devotee's feet. Say you have some conflict, you fall at other devotee's feet. What will that devotee do? He'll kick you, no? Huh? And then you'll say, Ashleshava Padaratam. Will he kick? No. Even that devotee will fall at your feet. That is what is Vaishnava relationship. That is the quality of Vaishnavas, you see. That's the quality of Vaishnavas. So this is about equals. Dealing or serving subordinates is very tricky. Very tricky. So I'll tell you 3 types of leaders who serve their subordinates in 3 different ways. First type, they'll make sure that subordinate is always subordinate. They'll use all their tricks and power and everything to keep the subordinate a subordinate always. Now there are some little magnanimous leaders, second type, who will bring the subordinate to their equal level. The second type, little magnanimous. The next level is the leader will bow down and push the subordinate up. And when the subordinate is higher than the leader will relish. He'll rejoice. He'll be happy. The third type of leader is very rare to find. Very rare. First type of leader, many. Second type, few. And third type, very rare. Manushyanam sahasresho kaschid yatati siddhaye. Yes, one at the top maybe. But if somehow, the suppressing mentality goes away from leaders. See, when you suppress a subordinate, who feels the pressure? Both will feel, no? He is also feeling, you are also feeling. Why to have all that? Why to have so much of control and this and that? Why don't we allow the person to grow? Grow on the leadership ladder, grow on the spiritual platform. And we will see those leaders who push their subordinates up. They are very, very blissful. Very, very blissful. I see this quality in our Harishetra Prabhu. I have experienced myself. I've seen this quality. He is ready to push his subordinate. Go, go. And that gives a lot of inspiration to push my subordinates up. Go, go. And the subordinates are, enough, Prabhuji, enough. I don't want to go beyond this now. Enough. And one point, especially when it comes to leadership, all of us, we have our own EGO. Correct? Leader means extra EGO. See, when we are committing some mistake, we should have guts and confidence to beg forgiveness irrespective of which level person is. Superior, equal, inferior. By the way, it's very easy to say, but when actually we do mistake and say you have to beg forgiveness from a subordinate, oh my God, that EGO will never allow. Never. At least I have experienced that. Let me be open. I have experienced that. And after a lot of struggle within and gaining a lot of confidence, well, then we go and sorry. Kya kare? It will not allow. No? How will your ego allow? Tell me. Yes. But we will see those devotees who are focusing on improving themselves and not proving themselves. Wholeheartedly, they go and beg forgiveness. Even they'll fall at the feet of their own subordinate. They'll not think twice. They'll not think twice. And such people can hold many, many people in Krishna consciousness. And we want such people. We want many more people like that, who can help now in Krishna consciousness. Many more people we want like that. One of the devotees was glorifying His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. And he made this statement. someone asked Maharaj, what's the secret of your success? And Maharaj said, strong morning program and people relationship. In two statements, you just finished the secret. The secret of success is strong morning program, strong sadhana, and strong people relationship. More connection and less correction. Very nice statement, I felt. More connection and less correction. So this is something that all of us can take as summon substance or whatever till now we have discussed about self-leadership and also people leadership. Yes. Third one is organizational leadership. It was very nice to hear this. Corporate versus cooperate. How's that? Okay, tell me some points about corporate leadership and cooperate leadership. Let's begin with corporate. Many corporate professionals are here. Corporate leadership. Always bossing. Me. Manager. Yes. And? Yes. I think it's the other way, no, bro. Success means me. And failure means everyone. Yes. And? Okay, politics. That comes into picture. As soon as the word corporate comes in, pulling down someone's leg is very, very important. Pull down the person. What is that? Exploiting, suppressing. Okay, now tell me something on cooperate. Okay, helping the other person. Empowering the other person. Very nice. Offering love. Huh? Growing together. Yes, growing together. In corporate also they say that we should all grow together. But mentally, internally the person will say, me only. Not everyone. Only me. Tolerating. Very, very important point. Tolerating. In cooperation, this word tolerance is such an important element. You see? Because when you have to cooperate, it means you have to tolerate the other person. If you don't tolerate, then gone. Then you cannot cooperate. Correct. Very nice. Huh? Sharing the work, sharing the service. Yes. Sharing the load. Sharing the knowledge. Absolutely. Yes. Sharing the knowledge. See, as soon as we use this word corporate, self-ambition comes into picture. I have to go. And as soon as this word comes cooperate, immediately what comes into picture is mission. So self-ambition versus mission. These are the 2 points that all of us can focus on. Self-ambition versus mission. When self-ambition takes over, congratulations, you established an MNC. Congratulations. Yes. You have a corporate firm now for yourself. And everyone is going to get burnt out because you're not going to give salary also. Very, very pathetic situation at that time when the mood is like this. When self-ambition takes over the mission. But when the mission is first, then naturally cooperation will come into picture. When Prabhupada was leaving this world, he instructed all the devotees, please cooperate. And this was a very important statement. Prabhupada said, danger is not from outsiders, from insiders. When I heard that, I got goosebumps. And actually, that's a fact. See, outsiders, what can they do to us? What they can do to us? They can see, they will be fearful. Oh, so many people are there. But insiders are the ones who can cause some problem, for sure. And who are those people? They are the ones who have personal ambition. Me, I read this one nice point from Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur. I couldn't get the Sanskrit verse, but here is a translation. If the whole world glorifies me, but Krishna does not recognize me, then what is the use of that glorification? I repeat. If the whole world glorifies me, but Krishna does not recognize me, then what is the use of that glorification? If the whole world spits at me, but Krishna recognizes me, then who cares about that spitting? Such a wonderful line, you see. Such a wonderful line. But very difficult to implement. But at least we, as devotees who are taking up this leadership role, can always put mission in front. And personal ambition should go away with time. Initially, it will be there. Kitna bhi nikalo, it will keep sticking on to us. But with time, that has to be removed. And you will see all these leaders now who are heading us and who are giving us direction in ISKCON. They have given up their personal ambition. They just have mission in front. And the mission are full of instructions given by Srila Prabhupada and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's what they're aiming at. That's what they're looking at. And these people who don't have any personal ambition, they are ready to do anything for the mission. I'll just tell one pastime and I'll end. I heard this again about Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. There's some issue that was going on in Hyderabad, some land issue or something. Looks like devotees there, they misbehaved with some people and the police went against them. And the organization was about to lose that huge land, it seems. So Maharaj got to know, and Maharaj, he came to that place, all the way from a different place. He came to that place. And while going to that place in the car, Maharaj asked the devotees, so what's the issue? And all the devotees were explaining that this is the problem, that is the problem, etc., etc. They did this, we did this. They also accepted what they did. And then Maharaj said, okay, directly let's go to the police station. Because the police was creating problems. And this is, I think, before stroke. Hefty. Yes. Hefty personality. He went there. Maharaj went inside. And the only thing that he did was, he fell straight, dandavat, to the police officer. And the police officer is ashamed. He is ashamed. Get up, Maharaj, get up. What are you doing? And then Maharaj wholeheartedly is begging on behalf of other devotees. Please forgive us, it's our mistake. And guess what? Just by this gesture of Maharaj, his humility, all the matter was solved and we got the land. Can you imagine? Anything for the mission. They can go to any level. We keep Maharaj, all the sannyasis on big vyasas and we worship them. But that is their mood. They are ready to go to any level. And you name any of those personalities at the top or guiding, they all will have such pastimes where they have proved that we are ready to go to any level, especially the time when Prabhupada left and when so many devotees were leaving ISKCON and so many stalwart sannyasis were also falling from their position. There were few who remained, and literally the ones who are leaving, they're going and falling at their feet. No, come back. Prabhupada wants us to stay together. We have to cooperate. Let's stay together. This was the mood of these devotees. Therefore, today, peacefully all of us are sitting and celebrating and having sessions like leadership session and all that. If they wouldn't have done that sacrifice of going to that level of falling at the feet of people to keep people together, I don't think we would have had such a congenial relationship amongst ourselves. And so many centers around. Not possible. Not possible at all. Not possible at all. Therefore, there's a very important thing to note. When it comes to organizational leadership, the first is mission. Ambition should become zero. So when we have these three leadership in our life, self, people, and organization, then we can actually become a complete, wholesome, all-rounder leader. And we can do a lot for the mission. A lot. For our own self, for people around, and for the organization as a whole. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki.